Hey Sagittarius, thank you so much for joining me for your June horoscope. Really looking forward to seeing what's up for you. Can't believe that we are already in June. That is nuts. Okay, June, Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to know for their highest good? Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What does Sagittarius need to know for their highest good this month? Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay. Sagittarius, June. Whoa. Okay, that's like half the deck. Come on, Spirit. I can do this. I'm just clumsy in that. Okay. Sagittarius, June 2017. Okay. Sagittarius. And if you haven't been here before, Sagittarius, you will see me turn those cards that come in upside down, right side up. I'm an intuitive reader, so I don't read upside down cards as muted or negative necessarily. I go by the impressions that I receive from Spirit. Yeah, so I get some questions about that. I just want to make that clear. Okay, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Wow. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Interesting set too. Sagittarius. Sagittarius. June. What does Sagittarius need to know in June for their highest good? One more, please, for Sagittarius. June 2017. Sagittarius. Okay. They're handing me two, Sagittarius, so you're getting a bonus card because they do not want me to put one of these back. Okay. So here's the first. Wow, love it. And your bonus card is the Knight of Cups, so I will scooch these guys aside just a little bit to make some room for him. Make sure you can see everybody here. Okay, wow, Sagittarius, it's quite a family you have here, and Spirit is giving me the word family. So for a lot of you, I do feel like being around family is... if it's not necessary at this moment, it would be a positive move for many of you. And these are general readings, of course, Sagittarius. So, of course, I want to preface this by saying some messages will resonate more than others since these are for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. But I want you to listen to the essence of the message. So if I were talking about, for example, and this is not what I see here, so this is purely hypothetical. If I were saying I see a partner of yours in your life being deceitful, you might be like, okay, well, it's totally not my romantic partner because everything's all good there, or I'm not even in a relationship, but there is totally somebody I've been working on a project at work with, and I think that person is doing something shady. So... again, pay attention to the essence of the message. And the reason I turn the cards right side up is so that you can use your own intuition to see what you see here. Okay. Now, what I see here, first of all, is that I feel like you're lightening your load in June, and it's that lightening of your load allows you to propel forward. I do feel like there's been a conflict. It's kind of like you're one against the many. You have an idea, and there's some competition out there. Meaning that there are a lot of people who want to do what you want to do, or what you're aiming for. You know, it's competitive, whether it's a spot in a university, or it's a certain job, or it's like, hey, I have this, you know, blog, or this channel on YouTube, for example, and like there are a lot of people out here trying to make it, and I mean, wow, Sagittarius, I see victory for you in June. I see momentum. The Chariot is here, and it follows you lightening your load after going through this conflict. So what I'm feeling with that, Sagittarius, is for a lot of you, you're carrying too many projects at once, And if you're carrying 7 projects, you're going to have 7 half-done projects. You need to cut it down, leave a couple things aside. There's a couple tasks or duties or just, again, projects that you've taken on that it's just like, look, if I really want to get this, if this is my real goal, then I can't be spreading my energy across all these different things and have all of this weighing on my mind. So Spirit really wants you to not feel guilty about setting aside a couple of things. It doesn't mean you're giving up on them forever necessarily, unless it does, in which case, you know, great. If you can really write something off like, you know what, I've been trying to do this for like 3 years and it's just like, I apparently really don't care, so I'm just going to stop. That's fine too. But if you don't want to commit to leaving it behind, you can just put this in a drawer and say, I'm going to look at this again in October. And it's interesting, that's the word, that's the month that Spirit gave me. So for some of you, that's going to be very specific and resonate for some reason. Okay. There's a lot of players in your life. That's why I say, I feel like a lot of you are going to be around family or talking to family a lot. And because these are general readings, for some of you Sagittarius, you're a wanderer. You are a world traveler. So family may be more like a tribe. It may be more like the people you connect with. It doesn't have to only mean your blood. It's like your soul family, the people that you click with and resonate with and who really know you, and vice versa. I feel like people are trying to contact you this month and you are kind of on a pilgrimage. I almost feel as if some of you are going to be feeling a little bit isolated, but I don't feel like that is a particularly negative thing. I feel like it is a pilgrimage. I feel like a lot of you ascending to a new level and you're having to take on all this new understanding and perspective, and sometimes that requires going into the cave. That requires, going into your unconscious and like, whether it's meditation or prayer or writing or just kind of hermiting out. I feel like some of you are doing a little bit of that. And others of you are out there chasing your goals. And it's kind of having, for some of you, the same effect, where it's like, I can't deal with like trying to be out and about and being with people right now. I'm doing my work. I have to do my work. This is my life's purpose. Like, this is my passion. This is what I need to make. It looks gorgeous, honestly, Sagittarius. You have the Lovers here. There's a choice. There's a wonderful choice, and that's why I feel like, Sagittarius, some people are trying to get in contact with you. So even though you may be feeling like, look, I'm pursuing my own thing right now, I feel like kind of, pop open your phone and your inbox once in a while and just check and make sure that it's not exactly who you want to hear from that is trying to reach out to you. Somebody has something, I feel like either it's an offer or they want to collaborate or they want to help you with something that you are creating. So again, I'm feeling like, check your messages, even if you're completely tuned into family time, just find time once in a while. Normally I wouldn't even say that. Normally I'd be like, hey, turn off your phone. But that's what I'm hearing right now, is something is trying to come through. So be open to that. And the Knight of Cups coming in as your bonus card is like, be open. Be vulnerable. The Knight of Cups suits you really well, even though he's not a fire sign. You're kind of the water of fire sign. You're fluid. You're open, you're adaptable, you're always willing to learn and explore. And you and the Knight of Cups have that in common. Now, what the Knight of Cups is asking you to do here is be open to those messages coming in. Be open to those people who want to help you get toward your goal. There's money in it for you, and there's security in it for you. I feel like some of you are even receiving money from your family or support from your family in some way. Gosh, people, there are so many, how should I say this? That people can put so many strings around the offering of support and the accepting of support. There's a lot of ego mixed up in there of I want to do it myself. I don't want to feel like I'm a burden, etc., etc. Spirit is saying in this case, Sagittarius, for those of you who are receiving something from someone and you wonder if you're worthy or, you know, if it's okay to even accept it and all that, like, accept it. Accept it, Sagittarius. It is karmic, if nothing else. Even if it's strange, like Spirit is saying, even if it's strange, the corner that it comes from, and it's somebody who you completely don't expect, consider this a spiritual, universal benefactor. Like the Spirit is moving this person, and accept it. Wow. I mean, God, Sagittarius, the world, the star, the lovers, the chariot. I don't want to gloss over the transformation that you have to go through and the conflict that you have to go through, and that it's not easy to do things like leave behind ideas. But you are heading towards something so amazing by going through this internal transformation, by choosing, it's like the lovers is this forked path. And on one side is your passion, and on one side is safety. And, you know, safety, like, what Spirit is showing me, this is so odd, but Spirit is showing me, like, pedestrian bridges, you know, the ones that they put over highways, and they kind of encase them in chain link so that nobody can, you know, jump off or fall off or have any kind of, you know, accident. And that's what they're showing me, is like, that is safe. A walled up little path that is like, this is exactly where you can go. You can't climb out, you can't climb over, you can't, you know, no, there's boundaries everywhere. That is safety. There is something a little more calling to your spirit right now, and it needs to be given some love. I'm not telling you that you need to quit your 9-to-5 job right now, but I am telling you that your passion deserves your attention, and that exploring that path may lead you, will lead many of you, wow, I mean, it's a new perspective. It's a whole new understanding. Like, June is pretty pivotal for so many of you Sagittarians. You're philosophical minded and open to learning new truths. Well, that is what you're getting in June. So many of you. Of course, again, these are general. And if you would like to do a one-on-one, my shop is linked below. But I feel like trust your vision, Sagittarius. And things like leaving a couple things behind, things like those little ego battles, like I said, of whether or not to accept help. If it moves you toward the vision, do it. And I feel like there are many voices and many people and many messengers and helpers coming into you this month to help. Spirit just showed me like crowd surfing. It's almost like they're going to help you crowd surf toward your dream, toward your vision, toward the star. Have faith, Sagittarius. Something is leading you. Someone, your spiritual board of directors, you're being led. This is your torch, Sagittarius. And again, you're a traveler. You're the eternal wanderer. You can find your way. It's like, wow, Spirit just said your torch is going to blaze into a star for so many of you. Like, it's going to be, it's so funny. It's like in a fantasy movie where you're given this torch and it just seems like this completely mundane thing. And it's like, okay, we got nothing else for you. We need you to find the insert generic object here. We need you to find the orb. We need you to find the crest, the eagle crest. We need you to find the sword of Balinor, whatever. And they give you this torch. And you're searching for this object, this amazing mystical object, and going through all these trials. And, you know, you have your trusty torch by your side at least to get you through. You're using it as a club. You're using it as a torch. And then at the end of the movie, as you face the big boss, and you still haven't found this object, you discover in the moment that you need it most, your torch has been the magical eagle crest, Balinor sword, etc., etc., etc. the whole time. What you have already inside you is mythical and magical, and it just needs to be exposed it needs to be taken forward. I feel like you get the perspective that you need, the inspiration and the push, if you will be open to it as you go through this transformation, because many of you are going through this transformation. And strip off the layers, Sagittarius. You're only going to find more of you, not less. Wow. That is crazy, but that's what they said. Okay, well now let's move on to your fiercely focused spread and see what action steps Spirit wants you to take this month for your highest good. And if you haven't been here before, this spread is where I pick a theme for your month, just something for you to know about the most, whatever you need to, embody or be aware of the most in June for your highest good, followed by a card for subjects of, money, career, property, and then the mental sphere, what you're thinking and speaking about, emotional and relationship stuff, and then creative and spiritual energy. Okay, so let's kick off the theme for your month. Sagittarius, June, Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to know for your highest good? Love it. Love it. Wheel of Fortune said this was going to be a pivotal month, right? And you have the World, you have the Star, you have the Chariot, the Moon. You have just so many cards for transformation and shift. And the Wheel of Fortune is things are turning. Wheel in the sky, keep on turning, Sagittarius. Things are happening. You've reached the peak of a new cycle, and now it's kicked all these other things into gear in ways you can understand. Spirit is really showing me like there's going to be a massive change between now and December. I know this is just a reading for June, but that's what they're showing me, is there's like a 6-month window that when you're looking back in December, many of you are going to be like, wow, I was in a completely different place, even geographically speaking, because it's that big of a life change. That it's kind of nuts, but that's what they're saying. They tell me, I'm just the messenger. Okay, so now let's look at your money. Let's look at your career, your job. What does Sagittarius need to know about their finances? What can they do? What step can they take for their highest good? Woo, alrighty. Build, Sagittarius. And I love the wheels of the pentacles in there, and then the Wheel of Fortune. I like that. You're building something that is built to last. And I feel like this is so underlining the fact that they said you're going to have a lot of people and messengers and supporters coming in to help you. This is like, here, let me look at that schematic. Ooh, if you just change this, you could save this much, or you could add on this with like minimal effort and it would create all of this. There is somebody, a couple of somebodies who are going to come in and help you, and I feel like they help you reach a milestone either by the end of June or into July, but I feel like you see the progress and you're like, wow, man, I should have brought this person in sooner. And for those of you who aren't collaborating and this really is a solo project, I feel like you reach a milestone. It's like, oh, I wanted 500 subscribers or followers or whatever it is, and I hit it in June. So celebrate that. Acknowledge and celebrate the small win, and then know that like, yeah, it's only the beginning and I've got like a ways to go till it's like where it needs to be, but man, I can totally celebrate what I've gotten to so far. Amazing progress, Sagittarius. Okay, so now let's look at the mental realm. What are you going to be thinking? What are you going to be talking about? What's going to be going through your mind in June, Sagittarius? Okay, that's kind of like you, Sagittarius. Sometimes, you're a little famous for sticking your foot in your mouth, for being so honest, and not with the intention at all of being mean or insensitive, but sometimes just saying something that is kind of, what the fuck? So I feel like a lot of you Spirit's giving me the sense that a lot of you are going through something in June. You tend to be so happy-go-lucky and friendly, and you have a smile on your face for the very most part, Sagittarius. But a lot of you are going through something, and it could give the potential to make you a little bit short with people, a little bit brusque, a little bit abrupt, a little bit quick to snap. And I feel like there are so many helpful people coming into your life right now that be a little careful that you don't, bite the hand that feeds you. If you don't feel like talking, it's totally okay to say, hey, you know what, I'm not in the best place right now, so I don't really feel like talking. That's a much better response than like letting somebody talk to you even though you don't feel like it, and then eventually like popping and just going off about like, I didn't ask for your advice. You know what I mean? Or saying something like that where it's just, you say something that sounds, even if you didn't mean it to, it just sounds really rough. So just watch out for that. That's what I'm feeling. And these are general readings, of course, Sagittarius. So it could be that you receive that kind of message from somebody. And that if that is the case, then you may want to consider what they are going through and what it was inspired by. And of course, if that's habitual, and this person is a habitual line stepper, as a wiser man than me once said, then there's a difference there. But if this is somebody who's normally kind and then they snapped at you one day, try to have a little compassion and forgiveness for them. Okay, now speaking of compassion and forgiveness, let's look at what you will be feeling. What's the emotional climate for you? What's going on with relationships? How is your love and emotion being spent in June? Sagittarius, June. Wow. Potential of a new partnership blossoming. This could be romantic, or this could be, I do feel like for a lot of you this is in business, and this is related to that Three of Pentacles of somebody coming in to support your work and say, hey, well, if I added this to it, maybe it was like, oh, I know how to code, so I can just make your blog a little fancier. And they're offering to do it, or they're trading their skills, or they are just offering you their support and their kindness and their love and compassion. And the important thing is Spirit is saying you are offering something as well. There's a very equitable, like lovely harmony in this partnership where you both feel like you're winning. And when I say winning, I don't mean that either one of you is trying to beat the other. That's exactly like the beauty of it, is that you both feel like, wow, I am totally the winner in this deal. You both are. That's the truth. Okay, and now finally let's see. What's activating you, Sagittarius? What's firing you up? What is energizing you in June? Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to know about the creative, spiritual, love? I love it. Wow. Well, coming in next to the Two of Cups, this could definitely be for a lot of you a romantic connection that is taken to a new step. I feel this is also related to the family thing. So for some of you, it could even be like a wedding or an engagement party. And for some of you, it really is just like, I'm going home. I'm going home, or my family's coming here, and so it's going to feel like home. Home is where the heart is. A lot of you are going to feel very supported by your community, even celebrated. Like, wow, look at what you've completed, or oh my God, you're getting married, or oh my God, you graduated, or oh my God, you got the job. Whatever this is, you're moving, goodbye, we're going to miss you, or you're moving here, hooray. I feel like so many of you are going to be loved and celebrated, and Spirit is saying that June is going to build you up. That's what they just said. So general readings, but regardless of what you're going through, June is an opportunity to build up, Sagittarius. You're going to feel the love. You're going to feel the support. And the more that you support yourself, the more you take care of and move the needle for yourself, the more you open yourself up to that support. The more you say to the universe, I'm open, like I'm willing to do the work, and I'm willing to receive the rewards for doing that work. Because it's your passion, Sagittarius. You don't move and strive for anything but what lights you up. So this is going to light you up. You're pushing the wheel. I love it. June looks beautiful. You're going through something and you're going through a transformation, but these cards say to me that it's a positive one. They say a lot of good moves are taking you good places. Thank you so much for joining me, Sagittarius. I really appreciate it as always. And if you have any questions or you want to share any insights about your reading, I'd love to hear from you. So let me know in the comments below, or you can find me on social media. I've linked all that stuff below as well. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear from you. I really appreciate any likes and comments and subscribes. It really means a lot to me. So I hope you have a wonderful month, and I hope to see you in July. Bye, Sagittarius.